Hello YouTubers, how you doing? How you feeling this week? Let me know in the comments. I have been feeling pretty fatigued, so today I'm going to share with you 5 natural ways to fight fatigue. These are my tried and true methods that work really well for me and that have worked well for all the clients that I've shared them with. So I actually wrote a blog about it with all the references and more information about each of these methods. You can find the link in the description or on my blog at jenhyla.com. Disclaimer, I'm not a medical doctor, and this is not to be taken in lieu of medical advice. This is just my research and experiences with you, and I always encourage everybody to reach out if you need more references or resources and you're wanting to learn more. So today I'm gonna just like share these methods with you and kind of talk about each one, and then at the end of this video I'm gonna share a 5 to 10 minute practice we're gonna do together that is gonna wake you up and give you some energy and change your entire day. Are you ready? All right, so fatigue is a very common symptom among Lyme patients, myself included. Before I even knew that I had Lyme disease, I was getting these crazy like waves of fatigue that would just overpower me, and I would have to stop what I was doing like even mid-conversation and just lay down, put my head on the table or whatever. And as I became more and more sick, those waves started intertwining, and I just ended up being so fatigued all the time. I was housebound and mostly bedridden for over a year. So, I really wish I had some of these methods or knew about some of these methods back then. So I'm making this video to just share what I do, because I do still get these flare-ups where it feels like my arms and legs turn to lead. It feels like somebody just unplugged me and I have no energy and everything's super difficult. It feels like I'm moving through molasses. So the best thing to do in those situations is to lay down and rest and let your body recover, obviously. But that's not always possible. Sometimes life gets in the way. And I'm going to share some of these methods that really kind of help me push through if I need to. So these things are very simple, and I encourage you to get through this video with me and do the practice with me at the end. It's just going to take 5 to 10 minutes or so to walk through these steps, and it shifts everything for me. So I'm really excited to see if it works for you as well. And always listen to your own body. Don't just do it because I'm telling you to. So, all right, let's go through them, should we? All right, number 1 is cold water. Just simply turning the tap to cold was a game changer. It sounds so simple, but it will really stimulate that energy, and it has been shown. Let me pull up my notes here and so I don't forget anything, because there are some amazing benefits to cold water. So simply just turning the tap to cold in the shower or taking a cold swim for 1 to 2 minutes can increase your energy, flush the lymph system, constrict the circulatory system. It kind of gives our circulatory system a workout. It can activate and burn brown fat cells. It can stimulate the immune system and reduce inflammation. And daily cold showers have actually been shown to combat and reduce depression. So after learning all these benefits, I was like, I gotta try. But I was not super excited about it because growing up in Las Vegas, Nevada, did not have any experience with cold therapy or exposure, and I really hated the cold. So I didn't think it was going to stick, honestly. When I first started trying it, I was like, I'll probably do this for a week. But to my surprise, it stuck. I am still doing it. It's been over 2 years and change now. I've been taking daily cold showers. So if you are looking to try it, please don't just jump in the cold shower and be like, Jen, I hated it. That was terrible. Because it will be. So don't do that. just start super, super slow and literally like end your normal warm shower with cold. So just aim for like 10 to 15 seconds at first. What you're gonna do is take your normal warm shower, step away from the cold or from the water, turn it to cold, and then just slowly as you're exhaling, like dip one arm in and then bring it out, and then exhale as you're putting another arm in and bring it out, and then exhale, put your leg in, and do that with each little body part. Maybe just splash the face with some cold water and get out of the shower before you start to feel cold. Very important to just control the breath and stay relaxed in there. Don't be like shivering and just suffering through it. Really try to control the breath and start super slow. And as you know, do that, like just end your shower in cold water for 10 seconds and incrementally, slowly work your way up to 1 minute or more over time. So it took me a really long time to even just get my hair wet, for instance, in the cold water. So, but now after doing it for 2 years and 3 months, I have no problems. I just like take my normal warm shower. I do 3 minutes of warm, 3 minutes of cold, and I feel amazing every single day. If I need like a little pick-me-up in the middle of the day and I've already showered and I don't have the energy or time to take another shower and do that, I just rinse my face and like maybe just cut my hands with cold water and just like let my face kind of sit in the cold water, get the back of my neck, my pulse points with cold water, and that really, really wakes me up. So just taking deep breaths while I'm doing that, that can really start to lift some brain fog, lift some fatigue, and give me a little bit of energy. So that brings me to number 2. My second tip is to practice some breath work. So 20% of each breath that we're taking actually goes to the brain and, you know, influences our cognitive function and our energy levels. So when we're spending most of our day hunched over our computers and our phones and not taking these deep, full diaphragmatic breaths, we are underutilizing our lungs. We are just using a small part of our lung capacity. We're taking these short, shallow breaths, and it can cause these little micro movements of the neck and shoulders, and really cause some tension, some headaches, some back pain. It can inhibit our digestive function. It can cause irritability, anxiety. Serious fatigue can be caused from just not breathing properly. So whenever I'm feeling mentally and physically fatigued, just a few minutes of breath work can really shift everything for me. So I'm going to walk you through a really short, simple practice at the end here. So stick with it. So another thing I do is aromatherapy. This is a very powerful modality to use. It not only can help promote clear, open airways and you know, increase that supply of oxygen to our cells and to our brain, but it can also show, you know, studies have shown that certain aromas can actually stimulate our memory retention, our energy, and help lift that fatigue that you might be feeling. So I love to use essential oils. I've actually got the diffuser going right now. It's amazing. So diffuser is a great way to just fill your entire room with a nice stimulating aroma. You can also just make a spray bottle out of like a glass sprayer and little spritz bottle that has water and some essential oils in there. You can also do a hand diffuser, which I'm going to walk you through in a minute, where you just put a drop in your hand and rub your hands together and take a few smells of the essential oil. Very powerful effects because our sense of smell is directly communicating to the parts of the brain that process our memory, our emotions, our fight or flight or freeze response. So studies have shown that, you know, we can really start to inhibit that stress response in the body. We can stimulate memory. We can increase our moods or our emotions and uplift our moods and our emotions and increase our energy with some aromatherapy. So some of my favorite essential oils to use for that are peppermint, rosemary, wild orange, any of the like cinnamon, cassia, that sort of stuff, lemongrass, eucalyptus is a really good one, Siberian fir, doTERRA's On Guard is one of my favorite ones for energizing. Let me wet my whistle. So the fourth thing is light therapy, and this is something that's going to take a little bit of time to actually start helping. Like if you just, well, maybe if you go sit in the sun or use this light box I'm about to tell you, it might help you that day. But I've really noticed a lot more help over time. Like if I'm doing this for a few months every single day consistently, then I start noticing some big differences. So light therapy has been shown to improve our mood, our energy, and our sleep. And I've just noticed a big difference since I just learned about how light influences the circadian rhythm function of our cells. So every single cell in your body is actually running on a circadian rhythm 24-hour clock. And just by using either if you're in a nice area of the country and you can go out early in the morning and get some sun on the, on your, don't stare at the sun, but get it on your eyelids, your scalp, the forearms and chest if you can, to stimulate those circadian rhythm juices. And if you can't, because here I am in the Pacific Northwest, we go months without seeing our shadow here, so I actually bought a light box that I turn on for about 15 minutes in the morning, and I'll just sit here with it beaming on me while I journal and everything. And if it's, like today, it's cloudy and icky out, I'll probably hit myself with that for 15 minutes in the afternoon as well. So I always go for like afternoon walk and grounding session where I go outside and sit on the earth. And if I can't get enough sun that way, I will use the light box in the afternoon as well. So just that early exposure to morning and afternoon light is really, really beneficial for my energy levels and my mood and my focus and everything. So when I'm more functional during the day, I'm going to sleep better at night. And when I'm sleeping better at night, I'm going to be more functional during the day. So during the winter months, I'm using that a lot. And reducing my screen time and wearing these like orange blue blocking glasses, they are very, very helpful for me to that's improved my sleep so much. So I just put these on around 6:37 p.m. every night. They're little clip-on ones that just go over my regular glasses, and it has just, first off, it reduces eye strain and like headaches and stuff like that if you're going to be watching TV or your phone late at night, because that blue light that's being emitted from our computer screens is actually being interpreted as daylight. It's like that blue wave of light that's coming from the sun goes into the primal brain and is like, hey, it's time to be awake. So every time you're like waking up in the middle of the night and rolling over to check your phone to see what time it is, that blue light is like ding, like messing you up. So even if you're not actively like waking up from it, it's still probably like just doing a little bit of inhibiting you from getting into that deep sleep, if that's making sense. So simply, I plug my phone into a different room, and I use those blue light blocking glasses to watch I'll watch like 1 or 2 hours of TV at night, and then I read from 9:30 until I'm asleep. But so when I use these glasses, I am like ready for bed. But like I'm usually asleep by 10, no problems, and I've been sleeping soundly and just great after using these this light therapy in the mornings and the orange glasses at night. Huge difference. Just within a few months, I've noticed a big difference. So give that a go. And my fifth and final tip. So this is called the thymus tap. So the thymus gland is a really fascinating little organ. It's located in our chest, between the lungs and the sternum. So it lays directly in line with the heart chakra. And to locate it, you can find it, you'll like find where the collarbones end at this little notch. And it's just down, like slide your finger down and you can kind of feel there's like a raise here. This is the highest point of your sternum. So you can find it that way, and it may not be as noticeable on you as it is on me. Everybody's body is different. So if you can't find it by that, it's kind of, you can tap around. It always seems to be a little bit more sensitive than the rest. And if that's not working for you, you can just imagine you're wearing a necktie, and then it would be like 1.5 to 2 inches below that, okay? So this butterfly-shaped organ, it's got 2 little lobes, and it is responsible for creating a hormone known as thymosin. So that stimulates, this hormone is responsible for stimulating the development of our natural killer T cells. So the thymus gland is most active when you're in childhood. It actually starts shrinking after puberty, but it is crucial in the development of our immune system. So thymus tapping is believed to stimulate the thymus gland, and it's believed to boost our energy, stimulate the immune system, release energy blocks. It's in line with that heart chakra, so it's really believed to just connect the mind and the body. And this simple practice is just, it's always available to you, first off. Very powerful when we combine it with the aromatherapy and the breathing. And you can also include some powerful positive affirmations. So I love to practice this with this thymus tapping along with the affirmations that are commonly used with EFT, or emotional freedom tapping technique. So I'm going to share this practice with you. We're going to do it in like 5 to 10 minute span of time. If you have time to join me, just going to find a really comfortable seat. If you are on the couch or in a chair, just come forward on the chair, and I'll slide back here a little bit, and we'll like sit up. You're going to make sure both feet are flat on the floor, and so you'll want your back away from the chair so you can roll the shoulders up, down, and back. Sit up nice and tall. And if you're seated on the floor, just, cross-legged or however is comfortable for you, you're also going to just, do a little shimmy shake so that you can sit up nice and tall. I like to have my hips on a pillow or a blanket if I'm on the floor, to prop up my hips a little bit above the knees. So let me just, I'm going to take a drink here, and then I'm going to walk you through this short practice. And if you have an essential oil that you like to use, I would recommend grabbing that. I'm going to be using peppermint, and definitely make sure you're checking the bottle thoroughly for any warnings or labels. I'm using a peppermint that has supplement facts on the bottle, so I feel comfortable putting this in my mouth. Peppermint essential oil is the most commonly used essential oil in the world. It's in everybody's toothpaste. So this is one that I feel really comfortable using. But do check your labels, because even though it's just peppermint, if it says 100% pure on the front, flip it around, it could still say combustible, do not ingest. Like, don't do what I'm about to do. If it says that on there, make sure it's pure, real plant oil before you go putting it in your mouth and stuff. If you have an oil that doesn't have supplement packs and you're not sure, but you feel comfortable putting it on your skin, join me for most of this. But again, supplement packs, so I'm going to put a little in my mouth. So once you're all comfy and seated, I need to drink a little more water. Take a second, get comfy, sit up tall, roll the shoulders, do a shimmy shake, do movement so we can sit still for a few moments here. You can also be lying down if that's more available to you. All right, so peppermint essential oil. Be careful not to get it into your eyes. So I'm going to put 1 drop in the palm of my hand. And then I'm going to just stick my thumb right in that puddle. And I'm going to touch the roof of my mouth. If you have an oil that's not edible, just skip this part, okay? But just a little dab will do ya. Rub the hands together. We're going to cup our hands together, leave a little hole, bring it up to the nose, take a few breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. Slowly, it's going to be very powerful. Do a few rounds of that. And then bring it up to the mouth. Breathe in through the mouth, just through the little, and do that 3 to 5 times. And then we're going to rub our hands together and rub any excess oil onto the back of the neck, behind the ears and the pulse points, really powerful on the chest as well. And you might feel a little tingling, cooling sensation. And we're just going to take a few deep breaths. So I'm going to walk you through this little breathing exercise and tapping exercise. So we're going to go ahead and close our eyes if you feel comfortable for about 5 to 10 minutes. Please don't do this if you're driving, obviously, or if you're in an unsafe area. But if you're able, just find that tall seated position. We're going to roll the shoulders up, down, and back. Imagine with the eyes closed that we're just plugging in the crown of the head into the sky. And we're rooting down through the sit bones into the earth. I like to imagine little roots growing out of my feet and plugging into all this vast energy of the earth. With the eyes closed, we're just going to bring our awareness, our focus to the breath. And we can place one hand on the belly, pretty high up, in between the rib cage, and then the other hand up on the upper chest, and breathing in and out of the nose. We're just going to take a moment, settle in here, breathing into that lower hand, filling the belly, then breathing into the upper chest, trying to lift that upper hand, breathing all the way to the collarbones. Exhale strong and long through the nose. Coming right back into the inhale, filling the belly, filling the chest, and exhaling strong and long through the nose. And we're just going to keep this pattern going, bringing a little equality to the breath. We can use some counting here, breathing into the belly for the count of 5. Breathing into the chest for the count of 5. And exhaling down strong and long through the nose. See if you can draw the belly in slightly, pushing all that stagnant air, stagnant energy out through the nose. And coming right back into your inhale, filling belly, filling chest, and exhaling strong and long down through the nose. And coming right back into your inhale. Seeing if you can smooth out those transitions as we exhale down, coming back into the inhale, creating that circular, smooth transition, filling belly, filling chest, and exhaling down strong and long down through the nose, relaxing any tension in the face, in the body, just allowing these muscles of the diaphragm and the chest to be breathing for us. And exhaling strong and long through the nose. Just a few more rounds together. Really focusing on pushing out that stagnant air. Filling belly all the way up. See how much space you can create. Lifting lower hand, lifting the higher hand, and exhaling all the way down. And after a few more rounds, we're going to do a short retention of the breath. And this is not a forceful hold of the breath. We're just going to cease the breath and hold for our own comfort level. And I'll guide you through it. So let's just do 3 more rounds together, breathing in, filling belly, filling chest, and exhaling strong and long down through the nose. And you can relax the hands down into the lap now if you like. Trying to keep up this filling the belly, filling the chest, grow wide on your inhale, and exhale strong and long through the nose. Getting ready for a short retention of the breath. One more round together, filling belly, filling chest all the way up, exhaling strong and long through the nose. And when you're ready, breathing in to retain the breath, we're going to fill the belly, fill the chest all the way up to the collarbones. Pause at the peak of your inhale, relaxing everything, tucking the chin to invite that breath to stay within the torso. Just notice any sensations that you feel here. And just holding for the count of 20 or as long as it's comfortable for you. And as you feel called, exhale strong and long through the nose, retaining the breath at the bottom of your exhale for the count of 20 or as long as is comfortable for you. When you feel called, begin to breathe in through the nose, fill belly, fill chest, all the way up. Exhale to return back to your passive breath. But notice how much easier it is to breathe into the belly now. And with the eyes closed, if you can, we're going to find that thymus gland with the right hand. Just with 2 fingers. I like to use the pointer finger and middle finger. We're going to gently tap that area. So if you need help finding it, just with the eyes closed, see if you can feel around, find that notch between the collarbones. And slide the fingers down the center of the breastbone to see if you can find that lift, that little slight bump there where the thymus gland sits behind it. And just bringing our awareness to the breath, breathing in fully to the belly, to the chest, and exhaling down. And gently tapping this area. Not too fast, just kind of thump, thump, thump. I'm going to be using some affirmations and tapping, and so you can join me by repeating these while tapping this thymus gland. So just breathing in and tapping. Even though I feel fatigued, I still love and accept myself. Even though I feel fatigued and frustrated, I choose to let that go. Even though I feel fatigued, I know I am strong. Even though I feel fatigued, I choose to acknowledge my strength. Even though I feel fatigued, I know I am pure energy. Even though I am fatigued, I feel fatigued, I love and accept myself. And even though I may feel fatigued, I choose to let that go. And even though I feel fatigued, I choose to love and accept myself. And you can repeat these and continue tapping for as long as you feel called. Just continuing that deep breathing. You can modify or adjust those words to your specific needs. When you're ready, you can just do that for 30 to 60 seconds or so, however long you feel called. And when you feel ready, just go ahead and relax the hand down. We're going to come back into another short breathing pattern. And so what we're going to do this time is breathe in through the nose, fill the belly for the count of 5. Drop the mouth open, breathe in through the mouth, try to fill the upper lobes of the chest for the count of 5. Exhale strong and long down through the nose for the count of 10. And coming right back into our inhale, fill the belly. Drop the mouth open, breathe in through the mouth. Fill the chest, exhale strong and long down through the nose. Really push out that heat, that stagnant energy. Come right back into the breath, breathing in through the nose, fill the belly. Drop the mouth open, relax the jaw, breathe into the upper chest, count. Exhale and relax the jaw closed, exhale down through the nose. And we'll just do this 3 to 5 rounds. Trying to smooth out those transitions and really fill the belly, fill the chest, exhale strong and long down through the nose. And when you feel ready, we'll breathe in one more time, filling belly, filling chest, pause at the peak of your inhale, relaxing everything. Just notice the sensations for the count of 20, or as long as it's comfortable for you. Notice any sensations that you're feeling. And as you feel called, exhale strong and long through the nose, retaining the breath at the bottom of your exhale for the count of 20 or as long as is comfortable for you. Just notice the sensation, what it feels like to be empty and open to all possibility. When you feel called, breathe in through the nose, filling belly, filling chest. And exhale to return back to your passive breath. And we'll just take a moment here, let the energy settle. When you feel called, just blinking open the eyes. And if you like, you can just take a few breaths through of the peppermint that's still on your hand. And wake up and go do what you gotta do. Let me know if you join me with that and how you're feeling. I like to do that practice as just a little afternoon pick-me-up. Start my morning like this usually. And yeah, I'd love to hear what your experiences were if you joined in and what works for you when you're feeling fatigued. Let me know. Check the links in the description of this video. You can find the blog with all the references and more information there. And you can also book a free call with me if you're interested in learning more. I've got the Lyme Ease Detox Camp and some openings in my private coaching practice right now. So learn more on jenhyla.com, and I will see you next week. Hit that subscribe button and check out my other videos here that YouTube has linked for you. All right, have a great day. My name's Jen Hyla. I am a speaker, an author, a Lyme advocate, and recovery coach. Until next time, keep healing. Bye.